I'm just gonna say this. Subaru has the 10 Commandments, all 10 of them. They're on his chest right when he was born. All the symbols are on his chest when he was a baby. The mom thought it was pretty weird. So, yeah. That was about all. And his life just went on normally, it's just he was a lot stronger and faster than everyone else. And a bit more intelligent. So, yeah, this progresses like that ever since until he, like, turns, 18. Which, Subaru already knows his abilities, but only one that's active is the truth ability. But he just avoids contact with anyone, just has headphones in all the time. Just isolates himself, because if anyone lies to him, they're gonna turn to stone. He ain't gonna know what to do. I mean, unlike Galland, he can unfreeze them, unstone them. It's just, how is he gonna explain that shit? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, your kid just turned to stone because he talked to me and lied to me. Yeah, that would be pretty bad to explain, don't you agree? So Subaru just was like isolated, like, the outcast essentially. He outcasted himself. So he always listened to music, had headphones on. And yeah, his phone on at all times. When he was 18, he decided to go ahead and go to the convenience store, the one from the anime. Goes there, goes in, has his headphones still on, and buys some chips, a few sports drinks, and just goes to the cashier, gives him the correct amount, gives him a 100 yen coin, puts it in his wallet, just walks out. All of a sudden, he feels a little weird, and he just blinks once, blinks a second time, and then he's like, I have a bad feeling if I blink the third time, so I'm just not gonna blink. And all of a sudden, the dark hand comes out of nowhere, and just like smacks him in the face. He's like, you about to blink, you little bitch. And then he blinks, and then he's just in another world with a slap mark on his face. And he's like, I fucking knew it. He's thinking that in his mind. He's like, fuck you, random shadow hand. And he says that out loud, and they're like that guy's insane. And he's like, what you looking at? They're like, you. He just walks away. He's like, I ain't gotta deal with this shit. Just walks away. And yeah, he's pretty pissed what just happened. Now he's in another world. He isn't like the normal Subaru that thinks he's a protagonist. He has superpowers that literally fuck up everything if they lie to him. That's the extent that he thinks. He doesn't even think about the other ones. Because, let me tell you this. He has all the commandments, but the only one unlocked is the, commandment of truth. All the other ones are completely pitch white tattoos. Commandment of truth tattoo is completely black. Like it's supposed to be. The actual, black ink. No, the rest of them are completely white ink. So, they blended into his skin mostly. So he just, alright, now done with the explanation. He's walking, just walking, exploring, asking questions, does everything in canon. Gets to where the furries are, and is about to go in because he has to use the restroom. Then he's like, I got a bad feeling. Got a bad feeling if I open this door. So he goes to the other side, opens the door. It's the male restroom. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use the restroom now. Uses the restroom. He totally avoids the ass kicking from the, female furries. Until he walks out and is like, you know what, I'm kind of curious. So he peeks in, just a little bit, and all of a sudden there's already a furry there, just pokes his eye. He's like, ah, my fucking eye. He just starts fucking running because they're about to beat his ass. He was like, I was just curious. He starts running even faster. They're chasing him. He's running down the streets of Laguna, the main streets, where the apple stand and stuff is. Runs past the apple stand, sees beside the apple stand that there's an alley. So he backs up a little bit, runs down the alley, and they're just running ahead because they thought they saw him. Yeah, so he's in the alleyway. He takes off his jacket because he's sweating, and he places it behind him, starts eating some chips, drinking some sports drink, and these three fucking stooges, which he says, oh wow, it's the Three Stooges. He literally says that right when these three thugs are just walking in, and they're like, three what? And the Subaru's like, oh, you don't have the Three Stooges here. The three dumpster tears? The three dumpster tears, yeah. And they're confused because they don't know any of these insults. And the big guy's like, my brain hurts from hearing this. And then the blueberry hair guy, you know, the bubblegum hair guy, pulls out his swords, and he says, if you give us all your stuff, we might let you live. And then Subaru asks one question. If I give you all the stuff, will you let me live? And he's like, of course I will. And then he turns to stone. Bubblegum guy turns to stone. The big guy and the short guy are fucking scared, because they just saw this man turn to stone. And they don't know how it happens. They're not exactly 100 IQ. They're like 4 IQ. So they're like fucking panicking and shit. Says, man, don't do this, man. And Subaru's like, you about to get these hands now. And Subaru's strong, unlike the previous Subaru. Yeah, no, he's pretty strong. So he just walks up towards the big guy. Big guy's about to swing his arm towards Subaru, and Subaru just grabs it with one hand, fucking twists his arm. The guy's screaming in pain. Subaru literally puts his arm forward, actually puts his arm behind him and yanks him forward in front of Subaru. Subaru gut punches him, and then legit, the guy's like spitting up a ton of blood. And then Subaru removes his fist from his gut, grabs his head, and fucking slams it down to the ground. And then he sees the short guy, and the short guy's like, I don't want any of this, bro. I don't want any of this. And he's like, He starts at the starting goal. He's about to make the good kicker. Will he do it? Will he do it? And then the short guy's like, wait, what did he say? And then just gets kicked off. He's like, nope. That should be a home run. Or it should be the goal. Yeah, like the fucking short guy flies off. And felt like runs down the actual alleyway. And then Subaru just says, excuse me, do you know where I can find a place to stay? And Phelps is like, I don't know. Just fucking parkours away. Emilia appears, looks in the alleyway, sees the destruction. Sees that one guy that was like slammed to the ground and beaten up brutally. Other guys turned to stone, and they don't even see the short guy because he was kicked off into somewhere. They don't even know where he went. But anyway, Emilia just asked what happened there, and Subaru says, "Oh, these guys tried to mug me. There was a third one, but I kicked him really far. I don't know where he is, honestly." And Emilia's like very shocked that he's literally doing into detail how he brutalized them. And Subaru also says, wait, before you continue talking to me, I have this one ability. If someone tells a lie to me, they turn to stone. So please do not lie to me. Emilia is shocked by this. So, she asks a few things. She asks, do you know where anyone with a stigma run by here? Anyone that had a stigma on them? It was stolen from me. And then Subaru was like, oh, well, I saw this person that looked like they were from the slums, most likely, from the outfit, literally parkour all the way up that building. And it was a lolly, I believe. Which Emilia's like, why are you being so honest? Then Subaru's like, oh yeah, I'm also susceptible to turn to stone if I lie, so. Emilia is just like very odded out because she's never heard of a divine protection that's like that. That actually affects the user itself. And Puck pops out, just looks at Subaru, and, like, sees this huge, like, demonic aura inside of him. And literally could see the souls of the Ten Commandments inside of him. And Puck is kind of scared. Just a little scared. But acts like nothing happened. And Puck greets Subaru. They, do a little handshake. And then Subaru just, says, I can help you. I can provide my assistance for you if you want. But in return, could you please find me a place to stay? Which, Emilia's like, sure. She asked where Subaru's from, like while they're walking. Because Subaru already says, most likely from the slums, so they were going to the slums first. So, yeah, Subaru asked about the place that he's gonna stay at. And she literally just says, oh, it's my backer, Roswell. And then she just asks her a question. Her question is, where is Subaru from? And then Subaru just says, oh, I'm from a whole another world, actually. Which, Emilia is forced to accept, because she knows that he can't lie. Because of his commandment. Which, yeah. She actually knows this because, well, she didn't see what happened, but she saw someone turn to stone, and there was no other explanation. Except for his. So, yeah, they're walking. They see this one kid. And Super runs up to the kid. Literally does some goofy faces. The kid starts smiling. And then Subaru says, so, where's your mom? Then the kid starts crying a little. Subaru understands the actual what's happening and said, don't worry, we'll help you find your mom. And Emilia is pretty impressed with this kindness. And Puck is literally just wondering how he has so much demonic energy, and it seems evil and twisted, and is completely nice. Just wondering that, because usually energy like that would twist the user. But Subaru, gets actual power from his, sins, which his pride just won't let it twist him. So Subaru, picks up the kid, puts the kid, on his shoulders, and starts carrying the kid around and says, alright, so tell me if you can find your mom, though. Point her out. So they start walking. She finds her mom, points at her, and then Subaru says, oh, alright, then go ahead and get off. Just puts her down, shows her to her mom, and they're pretty happy. The mom's pretty happy that she found her kid. Thanks, Subaru. And then Subaru's like, well, it wasn't really that big of a deal. I was just doing what was right, man. And it has a very nice smile, which makes the actual little girl's mom blush. And Emilia's slightly blushing because that was the most innocent smile that she's ever seen. So Subaru, goes up to Emilia and says, alright, let's go ahead and check the slums. So they go to the slums. They see this one guy, and they're asking, hey, guy, do you know where someone would ever sell something? Is what Subaru says. And Emilia's confused because she was just going to ask, where her instigma is. But Subaru literally just asked him. And the guy literally was about to say, go fuck off. Or that he doesn't know. Well, he says he doesn't know. Turns to stone. And Emilia is fucking horrified. And then Subaru taps him on the head. And then he turns completely out of stone. He's fucking shocked about what just happened. And that felt painful, turning to stone. And then Subaru asks again, do you know where people would sell some stuff from? like sell some stuff around here. Then yeah, as you can tell, the guy was scared shitless, so he just points to Rom's direction. They go on their way. Emilia is like, you know, telling Subaru that was really bad to do. And Subaru was like, it's not my fault. He lied to me. I can't really control this ability, so yeah, if someone lies to me, it ain't really my fault. As long as I unturn them, I believe. Which, yeah, Emilia's kind of confused because that is true, but it's kind of not in her logic. She can't really tell. So, Subaru sees the place, opens the door, and once Subaru opens the door to Rom's bar, sees that there's one big guy bleeding out from a beer bottle being shoved in his neck. He sees this one little kid, which is the lolly, Felix. Well, Felt literally fighting Elsa. And then he's like, this is pretty intriguing. So he kicks up an actual chair, rushes Elsa, which Elsa is fighting Felt, just so you know. Like, just began fighting. Didn't really notice that Subaru was there. So the chair is about to hit her. She sees the chair. She slices the chair in half. And then Subaru just asks a question. One question, which is, so why are you doing this? And Elsa just says, well, it's because of my client, which Subaru wasn't expecting. Subaru was expecting her to lie. Which, yeah, she did not. So, all Elsa did was do another slash with her second hidden blade, slash Subaru's guts open, and Subaru was like, fuck, I wasn't expecting that. And Subaru just dies. Like, just immediately dies. Because, while he's just bleeding out, they can't really do anything, and they're all getting bodied by Elsa. So, Subaru dies, and the loop resets him, like, right in front of the alley, not where the apple guy is, but in front of the alley. Like, before he meets those three guys. Alright, so, this is where I'm going to end off this episode.